What's going on YouTube? Steven here, and today we are going to review the cheapest vlogging camera you can get off of Amazon. Today we are looking at the Linse, it's L-I-N-N-S-E Wi-Fi vlog camera. It is 1080p, 30 frames a second, and it came in right at $130 on Prime. It's very cheap. 130 bucks for a camcorder that does HD. Does it stand up to the good reviews that it gets? At the current time of purchase, it was rated at 4.5 stars. I never buy anything off Amazon unless it's at least a 4-star rated product. The first thing I do is put a filter for 4 stars and up. So I search vlog camera, 4 stars and up, and then went from cheapest to most expensive. And this was not the cheapest camera, but it was, with the amount of reviews it had, it was the one I was willing to risk spending the money on. Like I said, it was 130 bucks, 1080p at 30 frames. It's not 4K and it's not 60 frames a second, but for 130 bucks, we're going to give it a shot. What comes in the kit, which you get the box, you get a remote control, and it allows you to do video recording, picture recording. You can zoom in and out with it. You can do your menus, your modes, things like that. It works. That's what I'm using right now to control the camera. It comes with an AC USB power adapter and a USB cable, so your Android phone chargers, the chargers you already have, will work with this camera. It doesn't have a separate power supply. It charges off a USB port, which is nice because everybody has a micro USB port somewhere that they can charge this camera, but it comes with one. It also comes with an HDMI cable that goes from the HD port on the camera to your standard HDMI port, so you can plug this into your TV if you want to watch playback of it. It's nice that it comes with that, because if you don't want to play directly from the camcorder, you're going to pull the SD card out, plug it in your computer or your TV to review the files. It does not come with the SD card. I had a 16 gig that I put in it to do this testing. It does support up to a 64 gigabyte SD card. It also comes with some manuals, a manual for the camcorder itself, and there's a manual for the microphone. It does have a hot shoe mount that you can mount an external microphone on, so it does have the microphone jack on it. The microphone that it came with feels very cheap. It's plastic, like that whole cheap plastic feeling, you know, that you get with the cheaper end stuff. It does come with a buffering styrofoam mesh around it to help buffer wind noise, I guess. But it is cheap. The mic itself holds one AAA battery to power it, and it does come with that battery. So far, it comes pretty much complete with everything you need minus the SD card, and those are super cheap on Amazon as well. It comes with a carrying case that the camera actually comes in. It's got a belt loop on it, so you put it on your belt. The case itself is actually pretty nice feeling. It doesn't feel super cheap. And then the camera itself has a holding handle on it, and it has a tripod mount. I have it currently mounted on a tripod. The camera right now is zoomed all the way out, and it's about 3 feet in front of me to give you an idea of what kind of space you could see with it. Surprisingly, it had a lot of features you can change in the menu. It does have a 3-inch touchscreen display, which is able to flip. So you can, right now I'm looking at myself on the screen, which is great for vlogging. So that way you can see if you're in picture, if it's focusing, if it's out of focus, what you need to do. You can change the white balance. You can ramp it up, scale it back. You can change the contrast. There are different picture modes to help you fine-tune it, which I thought was pretty great for, you know, a $130 camera. I didn't expect it to really be able to change any of the settings. You can change the quality if you want fine, super fine, that kind of generic stuff you can do. Your shooting modes if you want 1080p, 720, etc. The camera, some information says it's a 24 megapixel camera. Through the settings, I only saw it go up to 20 megapixels. So I don't want to say it's a 24 when I know for sure it's a 20. So we'll say it's a 20 megapixel camera for your still shots. CMOS sensor. And what's cool is with the remote control, you can switch between taking pictures and video right from here. You know, you don't need to change anything. You can set settings just for taking pictures if you want to like change the white balance or contrast in your picture mode or not. That's all changeable. What's kind of cool is that it has Wi-Fi built into it, so you can connect it to your phone. What that allows you to do is you can change some settings using their app. The app, they don't tell you what the app is called. You have to scan one of these QR codes if you have an iPhone or Android. I know from reading reviews that if you have an Android and you do video playback with the app, you don't have any sound. But with iPhones, it works fine. So you can watch your videos, but you just can't hear them, which is kind of defeating the purpose if you have an Android, I think. I have an iPhone and it works fine. What was nice is that I'd recommend hooking the app up immediately because you can set the date and time with your phone to the camera, and it's a one push button. It says sync time and date, and you just say yes. That way you don't have to fiddle with it through the menus on the touchscreen. The touchscreen quality is actually pretty good. It's better than I thought it would be for the price. And the touchscreen is responsive. You know, it's not like you have to press it a bunch of times to get it to respond. The app itself, you can change those settings. You can change some basic picture quality settings. The one thing I don't like about the app, though, is I wanted to use it for recording to start and stop the recording. Now, when you hit record, it's just got a red button, you know, just a record button. It asks you, are you sure you want to record? And you have to hit yes. And then when you want to stop it, it says, are you sure you want to stop it? And then you have to hit yes. I kind of feel like I wish it didn't have that, like I could just hit record and stop, because there's multiple takes to doing a video. When you do a vlog, you know, you might get tongue-tied and you want to record a new clip. Well, you're sitting there with, you know, you could have your phone in your lap and you just want to stop it, you know, but you can't. You have to stop it and then read it, hit yes, I want to stop it. So I didn't really like that feature of it. The other thing that I don't really like is that if you use your phone, you're basically using your phone as the viewing screen. So you can see, hey, I'm zoomed in enough, and you zoom out, you know, change anything that you want to change. As soon as you hook up to Wi-Fi and you're displaying it, the screen turns off on the camcorder. So I have the screen facing me right now, so that way I can see how everything looks. Well, if I wanted my phone sitting on the table and use that as a remote control, the screen turns off. So then I have to look at my phone to make sure everything is going how I want it. So I didn't really like that feature. I wish the screen would stay on while you could use it on your phone. The user manual, it's there. It is a Chinese product. It's not terrible. I've seen worse and I've seen better. But you know, it tells you what you need to know about the camcorder and how to use it. It's not that hard to use. I actually didn't even read the instructions until I wanted to use the app. And then from there, that's basically as far as I got into it. It's got motion detection mode and some other stuff that I don't really care about because I just want to use this camera for vlogging. And so far, 130 bucks, it's working out. Will I eventually upgrade cameras? Absolutely. I would like to eventually get into a Canon setup. I feel like they have the best autofocusing for vlogging and the ability to really cater to what I want to do with vlogs down the road. But if you're trying to get into YouTube and vlogging, I think this is a great camera to start with. 130 bucks. It's pretty lightweight. It doesn't feel super high quality in your hand, but it is a flash memory camcorder, so you don't have a bunch of bulk to it. It's a fixed lens at one optic zoom. It's all digital, so there's no motors in there going crazy, so you don't have a bunch of weight. To me, it's a throwaway camera. If I can get this year, 2019, out of it, get some content out there on the web, then I'll be happy. And then, you know, if things progress how I want them, then I'll upgrade my camera gear. But for now, it's going to work. And this whole video is shot with this camcorder. I don't have another camcorder. I can use my phone to show you some of the actual features on the camcorder itself, but you probably already read those and saw the pictures on Amazon anyways if you're reading this review, or I'm sorry, watching this review. The camcorder is a camcorder. What you want to know and what I want to know is, how's the quality? Right now I have the external mic turned on and set at its normal setting. It has a higher decibel output or input, I guess, so it can pick up more. I am using standard lighting. I'm just sitting at my kitchen table. I don't have any extra lights turned on. I have one light on that's above the camera, and that's it. The microphone, honestly, I don't know how well it's picking up sound right now. I do have 2 aquariums in this room that are going, and I'd say they are decently loud. So I don't know how well it's picking that up or not, but this is just to give you an idea of what can this camera record, and is it worth it? Is it worth you spending $400 and up for something that's actually really decent? Or is your kid trying to get into vlogging on YouTube, doing their Minecraft, their slime videos, or their squishies? This is a good route to go. It's small, it's relatively inexpensive. 130 bucks for a 1080p camcorder is, I think, a decent deal with the microphone, the 3-inch touch screen. Sorry about that. Probably pick that up too. So I'll let this video speak for itself. This is a vlogging camera on Amazon, 130 bucks. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. I am trying to build up some do-it-yourself videos and some review videos for YouTube for my channel. So I appreciate it if you can thumbs up and subscribe. God bless, and good luck with your vlogging. So what just happened to the video quality? It went up quite a bit, didn't it? Audio's a little bit better, video is substantially better. The difference is, from what you just watched to now, is now I'm on a Lumix G7. So after playing around with the Amazon camcorder, I just didn't like it. It has its purpose, and for vlogging, I think in now 2019, you gotta have good quality video, and it just doesn't give you, or gives me, what I want. It's an okay video, but it's not up to par for what you need to do to be serious about vlogging. So I am borrowing this G7 from a friend of mine, shout out to Derek, to test it out and to see if it's a route I want to go. It's a professional camera. You can get them on eBay for right around the $400 to $500 mark, depending on if you get any accessories. You get those bundle kits, you get, you know, an extra battery, a little carrying bag, things like that. So far, I like it. I still don't know if it's the camera I'm going to end up with. I'm also going to test out the Osmo Pocket. It's the 4K camera that's on a gimbal, and I'm kind of leaning towards that route so I can do vlogging out at, you know, aquarium stores, or if I'm at work, you know, I can take it with me. It's really small. So I'm probably going to lean towards that. A GoPro 7 might be another option just to do more mobile video vlogging. So, do I recommend the Amazon camcorder for $130? It depends on what you want to do. For vlogging, I would say no. The shotgun microphone that comes with it, while it picks up audio decently, you could see a lot of static when when you got those bursts of higher decibel sounds in your voice. It picks up static, and I didn't like that at all. It doesn't, buffer that out. This camera, I'm using the internal microphone. There's no shotgun mic on it, no external mic. This is the internal microphone on the camcorder, or on the camera, and it does a good job. Now, if I bought this, would I have an external microphone? Absolutely, it'd be the first thing I buy. There's just nothing compares to an external microphone.
Whether you have a $1,000 camera, a $500 camera, the internal mics are there, but they're tiny. They're little pinholes. And to get the most out of your sound, you've got to get an external microphone. So I've been doing research. I got, Amazon pulled up, eBay pulled up, camera review websites, and I've been watching videos about what people are using for their vlogging setups. This camera is doing excellent. The reviews are showing that the autofocus can be a little bit of, I don't want to say a problem, but it wants to go in and out of autofocus, usually on backgrounds when you're doing vlogs. So this is what it's doing right now. I have it set to auto. I haven't messed with any of the settings. It's not my camera, so I don't want to go in there and change Derek's settings from what he already has set up. So it's just on auto. I like it, but for vlogging, and I really do want to do videos out and about. I don't know if I really want to carry a DSLR style camera. I'm thinking more leaning towards the GoPro or the Osmo. The Osmo currently, and it's January 12th, 2019, does not have an external microphone adapter yet. It's got the USB-C port on the bottom for charging, and then the company Osmo from DJI that makes it said that they will be doing an external microphone adapter. I'm highly leaning towards that camera. The video quality on it's fantastic. The ability for it to track you in the frame is amazing, and hopefully I can do a review on that soon and get my hands on it. But for the original purposes of this video, for the cheap Amazon camcorder as a vlogging camera, I don't think so. I would recommend, maybe picking up a used GoPro. You can get a used GoPro on Craigslist, on Facebook Marketplace. Every time a new GoPro series comes out, when you go from like a Hero 4 to a 5 to a 6 to now the 7, people want the newest, latest, and greatest. You can pick up a used GoPro Hero 6 for a decent price. Even brand new Hero 7s are not that terribly expensive, but it's a lot of money to dish out right away. I like the fact that I could multi-purpose use the GoPro for either vlogging here in my house, at a store, or I can use it, I like to road race. I could use it in my vehicle to capture on-track video. So it is a sports camera, and that's what it was designed for. But people do have great success using them in a studio, in their home, to do videos like this. Now, I'm still on the fence. I'm leaning towards the Osmo, and the GoPro is right behind it. So I have to decide what to do as far as that, hopefully soon. The Amazon camcorder, I think it's one of those things where if you had it, you could keep it in your vehicle. If you're driving somewhere and you see something cool, you wish you had a camera on you, you could grab it and use it. But let's be honest, most people's smartphones now have great camcorders built into them. My iPhone 8 Plus records 4K video, and so if I'm driving around, I see something, I just pull my phone out because it's always on me. So really, there's not a whole lot of uses for that camcorder that I can see after using it. You can keep it in a vehicle if you don't have maybe a smartphone with 1080p, or even better 4K like the newer iPhones and Androids, but almost everybody does. So why? It's really not a product that I see a huge use for today. I think really if you're going to get into serious vlogging, the 1080p on that camcorder, even though it's 1080p high def, it's not good. It's just not good. So I would stick away from it. Get yourself something that's got a quality lens on it, a good sensor, and really look into a used GoPro. That's probably a really good option for you to start with. It's easy to set up. You could set it on your computer monitor to look back at you for your vlogs, and it's multi-purpose. You can use it, if you're doing canoeing, kayaking, snowboarding, stuff like that. You could take it with you, and it's very, very durable. It's the most durable camera that you can use for that type of video recording. So this is Ohio Random Guy, and I thank you for watching.